Hi again then guys, and welcome to another high-speed tune setup for Forza Horizon 3, and this car is a vehicle which, first of all, I'd like to say well done for clicking on this video. Even if you haven't necessarily searched for this video, it's a car which a lot of people don't give much thought to, so if you're here, well done, because this car is something of a hidden gem. It's dirt cheap and extremely fast. In fact, it's one of the best cars in the game for performance to money ratio. In other words, value for money. The Lotus Esprit. It doesn't quite have the power of some of the other cars which we do. It doesn't have the 1500 horsepower Aventador engine, but what it does have is a 1200 horsepower V10. And in an Esprit, especially an all-wheel drive Esprit, which I would recommend doing that conversion, you're looking at some serious performance. The Esprit is always one of the quickest cars in the game on any game that it's on and that it can be tuned on. It's a fantastic performance car, but one which for some strange reason doesn't get the recognition or the respect that it really deserves on many racing games. I guess people become too familiar with the car and kind of take it for granted, if you will. Now, I would, as you can see, recommend the twin turbo, and as far as the rest, of course, upgrade the power, lower the weight, all that kind of stuff. Visuals are down to you. I wouldn't recommend the wings, apart from the stock wing, and for the rims, just choose whatever you want. And likewise, obviously, for the colour as well. Now, if you want this particular tune straight on your Esprit without doing any of this yourself, you can, of course, find it on my storefront. So use the keywords down in the description to search for that in the storefront, and you'll be able to find my tune and just get it straight on your car. But if you'd rather do it yourself, chances are you probably do, that's why you're here, then as you can see, you're looking at great numbers, especially, again, for the price. 2.5 to 60. 4.4 technically, but close enough to 4.3 to 100, 4.35 I guess, and a top speed of 270 miles per hour. It's not the fastest car in the game, but it's up there. It's a serious speed machine. Imagine what it could do with that 1500 horsepower. Now, as far as the gearbox, I would recommend a 2.8 final drive, then individual gears of 2.9, 2, 1.5, 1.17, 0.95 and 0.81. Then as far as alignment, neutral camber and toe with 5 degrees of caster. You could go a bit lower if you want manoeuvrability, or a bit higher if you want it to be more stiff at high speeds. So it depends what you need it for. Anti-roll we've got on 25 front and rear, springs on 147 and 195, and I've opted for the lowest ride height. You don't necessarily have to, but that's what I've gone for. As far as dampers, we've got those on 12, 16, 6 and 7. Aero doesn't apply, of course, and for the diff, as I pretty much always do with a couple of exceptions, 100% on acceleration, 0 on decel, and an 85% bias, so pretty tail happy in favour of that back end. But that 15% going to the front does make a big difference, especially to your launch off the line, and if you do end up on the dirt, it can be the difference between saving you and getting back on the road and potentially losing a race, so you should bear that in mind. So, all that's left to do, of course, is to take it out on the road and see just what kind of a monster this can be. Overall then, the Esprit, as I said, especially for the price, offers such a huge amount of performance, predominantly in a straight line, but also to some degree around corners, and the only real disadvantage that the car has is the interior view with the roll cage. If you don't fit the roll cage, it's okay. With it, you really do have impaired visibility, but that's kind of a small thing in the grand scheme of things. Unless you only drive in cockpit view, then it could be an issue, but apart from that, it won't be. Performance is incredible, especially for the price, and thanks to the fact that it's not all that heavy, you really do accelerate like an absolute monster in this car. So overall, if you do use this tune, I hope you have a lot of fun with it, and that's it overall. So I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.